Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by to watch today's video. If you are new here and you love handbags as much as I do, please consider subscribing and joining my growing community. If you are a returning subscriber, sincerely, I cannot thank you enough for your continued support. It has been so fun connecting with all of you on a passion that we all share over the past few years. So I'm so happy to still be doing this. So today I've got some gorgeous little things to show you all. And this is really not my idea. I've just seen this video topic come across my feed. So I thought I would do it. And as the title says, it is my best and worst luxury purchases. Now, how I'm categorizing these is really cost per use. The ones that I have the lowest cost per use out of, I consider my best purchases, and those that I don't, I consider my worst purchases. Now, none of these are my favorite things. My favorite thing is the Louis Vuitton side trunk. It is not my best or my worst purchase, but I'm so glad I have it. But I don't use it enough to quantify it as best, and I don't use it as infrequently to quantify it as worse. So these are not necessarily my favorite or my least favorite things. The worst things that I'm still holding on to, I still love. I just consider them worst purchases because I probably wouldn't purchase them again because I just don't use them very often. And three items I'll show you with like pictures up here of my worst purchases are gone because not only was the cost per use high, but they just didn't work for me at all. So without further ado, let's kick it off. So there is no order or rhyme or reason behind these. I'm just gonna flip back and forth. But this item I'm about to show you is unequivocally the number one purchase that I have made. Yes, there is absolutely a number one, and it would be these beauties here. These are the Fendi, I think they're called multi-color slides. It's got the Fendi Zucca print there in fabric. They are leather lined underneath the fabric, and then it's just a rubber material sole. Why these are my number one purchase? These I use more than anything. I moved to Palm Springs April 30th. These are the only footwear I have worn. Of course, I don't wear them to take out the garbage or things like that. I have other flip-flops for that, but I have worn these every single time I have left the house, whether I'm going grocery shopping, pet food shopping, dinner, lunch, brunch, you name it, I have worn these. I've also worn these around Vienna for 8 days last year and Cabo for a week in October. I wear these all the time and they are so well made. I mean, there is just not really any wear at all on these. They are super, super comfortable. I absolutely love them. They retail for $5.95 right now. I bought them a year ago. I probably paid a little bit less than that. Worth every penny. I don't know if that's gonna the focus in there, but they do say Fendi on the bottom there, and they also say Fendi Roma. That might be upside down, I'm sorry. On the soles here, they're easy to clean. I take soap and a scrub brush on the soles, and then I just use a wet washcloth on the soles on the inside and a different damp washcloth to wash the fabric off. But they still look almost in brand new condition, which is amazing considering how many miles these things have walked on concrete as well as sometimes dirt. And they do get dirty here. It's the desert. Very easy to clean. I absolutely love these. If you are in the market for luxury sandals, these, I mean, I don't have every pair to say these are the best, but you can't go wrong with these. The comfort, the ease of cleaning them, and how well they are made is just amazing. So absolutely love these. Excuse me while I put them on the floor. I had them on a towel on my couch for easy grabbing. So now I'm gonna move them to the floor. So let's talk about one of the worst purchases that I don't have. I will put a picture, I believe it will be up here, and that would be the Louis Vuitton Odeon Tote. I bought that in October of 2022. I kind of got in this, oh, I need something in the Damier bean print. So I went to the boutique. They had it in the Odeon Tote, Neverfull, Speedy, and Croisette. The Neverfull is just too big for an everyday bag, so that ruled that out. And the Croisette was too small. I have a Speedy 25, so I didn't really want another Speedy, so I bought the Odeon Tote. It is a beautiful bag, no doubt. The canvas was so super soft, but as beautiful as I think a bean is, I'm not sure it's for me. That was one of the reasons. And the second reason is, and I got nothing against vaginas, okay? It looks like a vagina on the front. Maybe you'll see that in the photo, or it looks like a butt. Either or, I have nothing against butts or vaginas, but I just was like, I do not like the way this bag looks. It was kind of an impulse purchase. I wish I would have bought something different while I was there, even though it wouldn't have been in a bean. I did sell it to the Real, and of course I lost money, but I got a pretty good price on it. So I was happy to see it go. Now I'm gonna move on to one of my absolute favorite and best purchases. And then right after this, two of my worst are gonna follow because they are worst purchases now because of this. And this is the Louis Vuitton business card holder. I've talked about this before. I've been saying I'm gonna do a review. I'm gonna do a review. I think this is the best small leather goods at Louis Vuitton. It doubles as a wallet and business card holder. You can see there I've got a bunch of business cards in there and some cash. I mean, obviously you don't have to use it for a business card holder, but it can certainly hold a fair amount in this pocket here. And then it has credit card slots, all with a nice snap closure. I've been using this every single day as a wallet since I bought it several months ago. Very hard item to get. You have to stalk the Louis Vuitton website until it eventually comes in stock and snap it up. But it's in just the classic monogram, all one piece on this side. So all these are upside down on the back, front side up on the front. Absolutely love this. So best purchase for sure. And because of that, this has made these next two the worst list because I just am not using them. So the first one is the Louis Vuitton micro wallet. I bought this a few days after I bought my Pasha Matisse because I wanted a matching wallet. Now I'm not so big on matchy stuff. And you buy a handful of small leather goods, well, there's a bag. I would rather have a bag. But I went into the boutique, I looked at their wallets. I mean, it is beautiful. It's got this black leather lining. It's got a pocket there for bills. Another slip pocket underneath here where I put my license. It's a great wallet. I'm not gonna get rid of it. It's not worth getting a couple $100 for this. I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna use it, but I wish I had, and this was a learning, you know, I didn't realize that there were other things that weren't in the boutiques at this time. I mean, it was my second luxury purchase. So I went to the boutique, looked at all their little wallets, picked this one. Had I known the business card holder existed, I would have held off until I got one of those. So the next small item that makes the worst list is the Dior saddle card holder. I bought this when I went into, a couple days again after I bought a Dior bag in the oblique because I wanted something matching. I do think it's beautiful. I'm absolutely not gonna get rid of it. In fact, you can see my license is in there because I'm using it tonight, because I'm forcing myself to start using different things. But it is beautiful, but would I buy it again? No. And it's got the button closure with the D hanging there for Dior and a few slots in there. It's definitely more compact than the other two I just showed you, which does make it a good item for my next item, which is also super high on my list of best purchases. And you've seen this before, the Dior, small Dior camp bag in the oblique pattern. I absolutely love this. I do have it all packed up because like I said, I'm gonna be going out to dinner tonight, and then I have brunch tomorrow, brunch Sunday. I'm probably just planning on using this bag the whole weekend. I've got the Pasha Matisse organizer in there, glasses, sunglasses up here, wallet, keys, lip balms in there, hand lotion in there. I like this organizer because it creates extra pockets. It will fit my phone, the biggest iPhone as well, which I'm filming on right now. But I absolutely think this bag is so stunning and so beautiful. And for a non-coated fabric bag that I've now had for a year, it has really held up well. There's a little bit of pilling. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see it. Threads do pop loose. That's to be expected. My one gripe is the length on the shoulder strap. I'm 6 foot tall. It is fine. It rests at my hip, but it is higher a little bit, maybe this much higher than I like to carry my bags, and it is on the maximum length. I wish these companies would just make longer shoulder straps. Not everyone is 5 foot and 90 pounds. And it just makes it really difficult to carry things crossbody. This absolutely does not work crossbody. I don't really think any of the bags I'm gonna show you today do, to be honest, because all the shoulder straps are too short. But nonetheless, this is one of my favorite items in my collection. It might be coming across as black on camera, but it is a navy blue. Okay, so next up, I'm gonna switch gears and I'm going to go to sunglasses. So I have 2 pairs here to show you. They are both my best purchases for different reasons. The first ones are these huge. One of my friends who saw me the other day said, "Well, hello, ma'am," when I was approaching him. I bought these at Macy's. The guy, the sales associate there, he did his best to convince me that these were unisex. They are in the women's line. I don't care. A couple months before I moved here, I thought I just want a really big pair of sunglasses to wear down there. And I wanted something a little nondescript. I mean, they're certainly big and in your face in that way, but in terms of branding, they're pretty nondescript. And you'll see why when I show you the next item, that I wanted something that didn't scream what brand it is. But I think they're the horse bit, because you can see they've got the horse bit detail there on both of the sides. And there is a little Gucci engraved there. And then I believe it's on this side. There is also, where does it say it? Yep, it's over here. It also says Gucci in the upper right over there. So the branding is really low key, and that's what I wanted. And these are super light. They are super comfortable, and you know, the metal's pretty thin, so it makes me worried I'm gonna warp them. But I absolutely love these. They are so light and comfortable, and not as loud as the next pair, which is also one of my best purchases. I feel like I'm looking center on my phone when I maybe should be looking towards the left. So if I look like I'm not looking at you, that's why. But the next best purchase are these Louis Vuitton sunglasses. I think they're called the YMI or something like that. And I absolutely love them. They're super comfortable. They're plastic, so they feel more sturdy than the Gucci's. But the reason I wanted the Gucci's was because these are loud. You can see there, I hope that's coming across. It is to me, that it's got that monogram across the lenses, which I just think is so freaking cool. And you can't always see it. The light has to hit it right. And I've been wearing these, like I wore them to brunch a week ago, and I was meeting a friend and her brother-in-law and sister, and we were sitting there talking, and she pointed, her sister pointed and was like, oh my God. She had a Gucci bag, so, you know, she knows, she loves all this crap. But she was like, oh my God, I love those. I see the monogram. But the light has to hit them just right for it to show up, or it doesn't really show up. I don't think it's showing up right now, but you can see. So they are loud, and they say Louis Vuitton on the side. They are loud in that regard. So I wanted a little something quieter, which is why I bought the Gucci's. Next item is another item I got rid of, and that is the Burberry medium pocket bag. I actually ended up buying that because at the time, was it at the time when I got? That was before I even bought my first Vuitton bag. So this was in, I want to say, Thanksgiving of 2021. And at that time, I was like, no way. I wanted the Louis Vuitton on the go in the GM size. And I thought there's no way I'm going to pay the price for that. So I thought the Burberry pocket bag looked really cool. And it is super cool looking bag. I'll have a picture. So I bought that instead because it was like almost half the price. And then, of course, a few weeks later, maybe, I bought the on-the-go GM. Burberry, in my opinion, they did a little bit of trickery with that bag, because one of my concerns about it before I saw it was that it was not going to stand up on its own. Well, in the boutique, it stands up on its own. When he was checking me out, it stood up on its own on the counter. So I thought, oh, great. Only to get home and unbox it and find out it had like a pouch with pebbles in it on the bottom, which gave it enough weight to stand up straight. The pocket in the front adds weight, it flops forward. It's constantly flopping forward, which I just found super annoying, but I love the look of the bag, so I did sell it to the Real, lost a bunch of money, but I just wanted it gone at that point. I still do have the smaller size on my wish list, because I think as a small everyday bag, I'm not gonna set it on the ground at all, so I don't have to worry about it flopping over, but I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. So now let's get to another top purchase. This is my first Louis Vuitton bag, of course, the Pasha Matisse and the reverse monogram. You've all seen this before, not only from me, but many people love that. Unlike the Dior, it has a zipper pocket here, which is perfect for your phone. And it's got, if I can get it open, it's got plenty of space and storage in there, 3 compartments on the inside. Really, really great bag. I love it in the reverse monogram. I'm honestly not a reverse monogram fan, except in this bag. I do not like it on my on-the-go, but I love it on this bag. I love it much more than the regular monogram one. I just think it's so cool looking. It's so practical and such a great bag. Another worst for me would be the Louis Vuitton passport holder. I love it. I won't get rid of it at this point. I'm glad I have it. It's nice when I travel with it. I mean, it's so beautiful and well made with the leather lining and the card slots there, another slot there, passport in here. It's great. It works. I love it. Would I spend $350 on it again? Probably not. I travel internationally probably twice a year on average. So is it worth it to pay $350 for something you're gonna use really 4 times? Flight there, flight home times 2. I do not carry my passport around with me when I travel. You could take this and take the passport out and just use it as a wallet as well. So it does, ooh, I've got some euros in there. That'll come in handy. I'm going to Paris in August, and I've got 20 euros in here from last year. Well, that's great, but I absolutely love it. There's no way I will get rid of it, but I wish I would have used the $350 towards something else. You know, when you add up all these little things, you know, it amounts to a bag. I would rather have a bag than small leather goods. Next up on my best list. You knew this was coming. The Speedy 25 Bandolier. I think this is one of Louis Vuitton's best bags, and I poo-pooed it for a long time. It's boring, everybody has it. Yeah, it's kind of boring. Yeah, a lot of people have it, but a lot of people have it for a reason, and that's because it is such a fantastic bag. I've got my little decorative charm on there, which adds an element, but it's so great because it's such a small bag, but because of its width, you can put so much in here. So it really makes it a great travel bag. This is gonna be my everyday bag when I travel from now on. I've got an organizer in there with compartments to keep things organized, and you could even fit an umbrella or bottle of water on top of here, which is really, really nice. So absolute best purchase, Speedy 25 Bandolier. I've been using this like crazy lately, and I'm forcing myself to get away from it tonight and actually take out my Dior. Let's do the last one that I don't have that's on my worst list, and that's the Fendi Baguette Soft Trunk. I got this bag, I think it was maybe in February. It's gone. I sold it to Real. I got a really good price on it, but I bought it because you probably might have seen my videos. I bought a baguette in the boutique, and when I got home, I just realized it's not gonna work for me. It was one of those things where I was like, oh my God, this is a dream bag of mine, and I don't like it. So I took it back, and I was looking at other stuff there, and they had the soft trunk baguette, and I got it. It's a beautiful bag. It's a little too small for me. It worked if I didn't carry a wallet, but it did come with built-in credit card slots, which was great. So functionality, it was perfectly fine. I didn't like emptying out my wallet every time I used it though, and it still was just a little bit too small, and I hated the shoulder strap. The one thing they did right was it was a super long shoulder strap, so it could work crossbody, which I really appreciated. It was in the men's line, but I thought the strap looked ridiculous with it because the strap was like this wide, I think. It was a really wide strap on a really tiny bag, and to me, it just kind of looked funny. And I was never choosing it over, you know, these and other bags that I'm not even showing you today, so I parted ways with it. So now we are down to 3 more items, 2 best, 1 worst. I'm gonna put this little Gucci, I think this is called the Alphydia shoulder bag. There's 2 sizes. There's this one and there's one that's even tinier, but it's a tall, thin bag, great zipper pocket on the front, which works well for your phone. I love how slim it is, super easy to carry. The strap is good length. This is in the men's line. It just doesn't work well crossbody on me. I just don't like the look of it. I have some weight I should lose, and I just don't feel comfortable crossbody. So that's a bit of a bummer, but this is a really great bag, and I got a really good price on it in Vienna last year. Retails for $1,200 here. I paid $740, $745, something like that, because the euro was 1-to-1, and it's just cheaper there. I love the Alphydia print. I think it is one of the most beautiful like monogram patterns. The GG and the gold, or the green and red for Italy. I just think it's so beautiful. I absolutely love Gucci and Vuitton monogram. 2 things left. Worst purchase, the Clooney Louis Vuitton bag. You've seen this before. Reason why it's a worst purchase is I just really never grab for it, and I try to. It does make a good shoulder bag. You can attach any of the kettle leather strap or monogram strap, reverse monogram strap, and it actually works really well as a shoulder bag. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's one of the most beautiful pieces in my collection. This slip pocket fits my phone. It's absolutely beautiful, but I just don't reach for it very much, so it's got a really, really high cost per wear. I guess I should try to use it more, but I just, you know, it's got the flap here, which makes it a little bit harder to use than some of these other bags. so I just don't reach for it. I actually did try to sell this to The Real. I got a quote a couple of weeks ago, and what they were offering was just ridiculous. Fashionphile wouldn't take it because they had too many of these, but I was not about to like come away with like $800 after The Real takes their cut from this bag. Like, that is just not worth it. I would honestly rather give this to a friend or family member. You know, $800 is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. Like, I wouldn't turn anybody down that said, here's $800. I'd say absolutely. But considering that I paid, God, I think this was like $2,700 or something for this, it is not worth it. So maybe someday I'll change my mind or try to sell it myself, but for now, I am keeping it. The last item is a definite high best purchase. The Louis Vuitton carry-all. It's really big, hard to get in the screen. This bag has officially been discontinued by Louis Vuitton. So they have the newer carry-all, the 2 sizes, like the shoulder bag that has the vachetta leather, at least on the monogram, like ties there, which that just makes me not want to buy it. But I thought when that came out, well, they already have a carry-all. Could they think of something new to call this new bag? Well, now it makes sense because they have discontinued this. So I chose this over the Keep All, and really some of the reasons I chose it over the Keep All were, unlike the Keep All, this has slip pockets here, but the Keep All has the advantage of coming with a shoulder strap. This one does not, so it's really meant to be used top handle. I did buy a vachetta strap that I can attach here and then on the back, but I don't really like the look of it, and it is a heavy bag. But I absolutely love it. Comes with luggage tag, lock and key, and handle keeper here, which I don't use those items. But I used this a lot as a work bag when I was going to the office in San Francisco, and it is my overhead carry-on bag when I fly. And you know what? Sometimes a little discomfort is worth using something you love. So I absolutely love this bag. The carry-all, you can only get it pre-loved now. Well, I think I've covered everything I wanted to show today. So thank you if you stayed all the way to the end. I would love to hear your comments below on what you think about both my best and my worst. So I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. And if you're in the US and your company gives you Juneteenth off like mine does, enjoy the long weekend. So take care, everybody, and I will see you soon.